Hello! So, for today's Wheelside chat, we're doing something a little bit different. We're letting you take a look at the road as we're traveling right now. So, one of the RVers that we follow had asked about a story regarding our DC power. It was quite an interesting story. It started back in the middle of December after a rainstorm, and it knocked out the DC power. So our lights, the thermostat did not work. However, the AC power, things like the televisions, microwave, cooking appliances, those all still worked. So at first we thought it might have been an issue with the battery after doing a little bit of troubleshooting, so we went to give that a charge. We did notice throughout the day, if we moved the right way, that the DC power would come on for a couple of minutes and then go right back off. So we went to get the battery charged. It started working for a couple of hours, intermittently turning off, and then it just was off. So we did a little more troubleshooting, power converter, maybe even wiring. A few weeks passed, and RV Tech was kind enough to give us a second opinion, and turns out it was a fuse, so we replaced that, had the DC power back on for a couple of months or so, but then it went out again. So we tried replacing the fuse again because we measured it and found that there was a little issue there, so we tried replacing that. No dice. And so we ended up having to call the RV Tech. And it turns out that when they originally wired our rig, that they put the wiring between the chassis and the actual RV box itself. So ended up having to replace the wiring on that. Got that done. Come to find out during that, the power converter was not running, but the lights were a little dim. Come to find out, we were draining the battery because the power converter had busted when trying to troubleshoot it that last time. Thankfully, we found that the old power converter that we had still worked. So we ended up using that, and well, now we're hunky-dory. So a lot of weird things can happen with the rig. You never know. But we're good now, enjoying life. So if you do want to hear more stories, you could like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell. Maybe also see a few of them written down on freedomrolling.com on our blog there. We'll once in a while come up with a few anecdotes on there, or we'll discuss them on here. So until next time, be sure to follow your internal compass.